the San Diego Sports Arena in San Diego, California. It is Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer. Tonight, the Pittsburgh Spirit take on the Western Division leading San Diego Sockers. Good evening, everyone. I'm John Paul Della Camera. Alongside me, Denny Kohlmeyer, who is substituting tonight for John Sanders, who is on assignment. Denny is a former professional soccer player with the American Soccer League's Pittsburgh Miners and is currently the youth development director for the Pittsburgh Spirit. And as we welcome Denny aboard, Denny gets a chance to watch, I think, the best team in the MISL, Denny. In all due respect to the Baltimore Blast, San Diego comes in with a better record, and he must have some great reasons why they've been on top of this league for 14 straight weeks.
Well, when you talk about San Diego, you're talking about three players in particular: Gene Wilrich, Bronco Segota, and the ever best Steve Jungle. When you're talking about Steve Jungle, you're talking about a player this year alone that has 50 goals and 52 assists. And I think a credit to Jungle is the 52 assists this year, a very oriented team player.
Even younger than Steve Jungle, Bronco Segota, he's red hot in his last 11 games. He's got 20 goals.
Bronco Segota, at the age of 24, seemed like he's been around forever. Started playing professionally at the age of 17. At 5'9", 180 pounds, the reason he is so successful, you're talking about a Yugoslavian player. Most Yugoslavians are very talented, very skillful. But Segota, you're talking about a quick release, a quick shot, and very, very strong on the ball.
How about the matchups tonight, Denny? How do you stop those two players?
Well, you know, Kowalski, talking to Kowalski before the game, he's going to try to mark Steve Jungle with Dave McKenzie and Bronco Segota with Erhard Kapp.
That could be the key to this game tonight, is the Pittsburgh Spirit trying to make a playoff berth, get set to face off against the best team, at least in the Western Division, and some say the best in all of the MISL, the San Diego Sockers. Stay with us. We're coming right back for the opening kickoff between Pittsburgh and San Diego. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer. The Sports Arena. I'm John Paul Della Camera, along with Denny Kohlmeyer, substituting for John Sanders. There's a look at Ron Newman, the most successful coach in soccer in this country, the winningest coach in American soccer history. His assistant is Johan Arnio. As we take a look at the San Diego bench, they're 27-9 overall, and they have won 9 of their last 11, a couple straight, 13 of 16, 41 of their last 51 MISL games.
And JP, when you're talking about Ron Newman, you're talking about a man who has won 5 championships and 4 times voted Coach of the Year.
It's a different situation on this side. John Kowalski, whose team was so successful last year, looking to get into the playoffs this year. His team just percentage points behind Kansas City in their bid to get that final playoff spot in the MISL. The starting goalkeepers for tonight will be Joe Papaleo, getting his 7th straight start. He is 2-4 in his last 6. 2.67 is his goals against average against San Diego. He lost a tough one against them. On the opposite side is Jim Gorsuch, who comes in with the second best goals against average in the MISL at 3.88. Our goal-getter tonight in our Giant Eagle contest is Bob Wheat. He has chosen Stan Terlecki. That is worth $100 in groceries from Giant Eagle if Stan scores in this quarter. The referees for tonight: Marty Templin, the senior referee; Klaus Kretschner, the other official out on the field; Ken Mock, the alternate in the box. Dave Hagen and Paul Child are set to kick it off. Franz Sock will line up on that unit. Dave McKenzie and Kevin Marr will be there on the back line to defend. We'd like to remind you that this broadcast is intended for the private use of our viewing audience. Any rebroadcast, reproduction, or the use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Civic Arena Corporation and the Pittsburgh Spirit is prohibited. And we are just about set to go. Segota starting out on his unit with Gene Wilrich and Steve Jungle. That's a powerful unit. Kevin Crowe, Fernando Clavillo are back, along with Jim Gorsuch, as the visiting team, as always, takes the opening kickoff. And there's Papaleo with a long boot upfield. Clavillo, a strong header. Erhard Kapp, who was not out there at the start. Kevin Marr was, and there's that matchup thing we were talking about, Denny. John Kowalski wanted Kevin Marr out and Kapp on for a particular matchup.
Well, that's the first time all year that Dave McKenzie has played on a line with Erhard Kapp, but that's the matchup that Kowalski wanted. He wanted McKenzie to mark Jungle and Erhard Kapp to mark Segota, and Franz Zock's going to have a tough time in Gene Wilrich.
Papaleo has to come out, makes a nice play, runs into his own man, Hagen, whose shoe comes off in that collision. Joe has to back up in a hurry. We've just started. There's no score from San Diego. 14-17 to go in the opening quarter. It's blocked by Zock in the corner, but Clavillo gets it to Jungle. The big guy takes the shot, blocked by Dave Hagen. Picked up by Segota. 20 goals, 11 assists in his last 11 games. Those are some powerful statistics. Erhard Kapp has a tough job. He fouls him right there. I was wondering before when I looked at the starting lineup, I couldn't find the other Spirit defender. That's because Kevin was right by the Spirit bench. He wanted to get off in a hurry for Earhart Cap. Clavillo playing it up. Give and go. Broken up, well read by Cap. Right back to the diving Papaleo. 13:48 left in the opening quarter. And there's no score as Dave McKenzie brings it up, the only original member of the Pittsburgh Spirit. Up for Z. Kapka. Pittsburgh has changed their line. The Polish line on. It's played out. Terlecki to shot. Nice save, Gorsuch. There goes the groceries, because that would have been $100 in groceries for Bob Wheat. That shot looked labeled, Denny.
And that was a good ball by Z. Kapka. Playing the ball off the boards. Rebounded well back to Terlecki. Good save by Gorsuch.
Jungo to the overlapping Segota. Shot it wide. No follow-up. It's pushed back into the box, but Kappa's there. Up for Sibbies. You've really got to minimize your mistakes when you play against this team. Lead ball, Terlecki. The shot just missed the far post. Kapka. Over along the boards. Broken up. Foul. They're going to call that one on Z. Kapka. Well, Stan Terlecki has almost made Bob Wheat $100 richer in Giant Eagle groceries. I think they're just teasing Bob a little bit here, but that's as close as we've come to having a winner this season. No score, 13:04 to go. First quarter from San Diego. Steve Jungo knocking it back to Eric Geyer, who started the year with San Diego, went to Chicago, and he's back with his team.
And Jungle has taken a double shift here. Finally coming off now because McKenzie's still on.
Mack, who will be marking Steve Jungle. Up for Z. Kapka on the run. Z to the attack zone. Leaves it for Terlecki. Stan, the team's top scorer, cuts it to his right. Can't get a shot because of the way Katakalidis is playing him. Coming in is Murray. Missed the ball. Lead ball, Perez to Willick. Papaleo with a great read to clear it. That's 3 lines, but that's a great move on the part of Joe Papaleo. That's where Kevin got beat on the boards, Denny. And again, you've really got to minimize your mistakes against this great team.
Well, Kevin made a decision there that he went for the ball. He maybe should have stayed back a little bit and just contained the man. He made a good ball into Wilrich. Had a good opportunity to score. Papaleo did really well just to come out and knock the ball.
He saw it all the way from where it started. Here's Stan on the run. O'Hara overlapping on the left. Great to see Johnny back in the lineup. Stan taken over from behind by Ladisuri. Fights to win it back. Toes it back out for Z. Kapka. O'Hara's missed the last 5 games with a groin pull. On the left wing side, Kevin Marr advancing. Cutting it back. Terlecki free for the moment. In front for Sibbies, and it was partially blocked by Gorsuch. Nice setup from Stan Terlecki.
Great opportunity there for the Spirit. Great feed by Terlecki into Sibbies.
Pittsburgh looks good offensively thus far in the early moments. It's still plenty of time to go in the opening quarter, 11:50 to be exact, and there's no score from San Diego. Clavillo. Nobody has Kevin Crow. Into the attack zone, 30 feet away off the boards. His own pass, blocked by Papaleo. Took a hit into the boards. That's an obvious Kevin Crow foul.
If that goal would have been scored there, it had to be a fault of Stan Terlecki's, because you had Ian Sibbies. You had Ian Sibbies up front as the first forward. Crow makes an overlapping run.
He was wide open, Denny, by at least 20 feet as he crossed over.
You got to stay with that overlapping forward.
Joe Papaleo with the ball, being chased now by Segota. Upfield for Child, now to McKenzie. Mack running it left with Clavillo. Gets his own ball off the boards. Clavillo recovers. Sock got a piece, but not enough. On the far side for Jungle. Here he comes. For Segota. Blocked by O'Hara, not enough. Jungle, left wing shot, hit the goalpost. A wicked shot. Pittsburgh gets a break there, just as San Diego did earlier when Terlecki hit the far side. O'Hara, the team captain, back for Papaleo. There's a lot of action here early. 10:56 to go in the opening quarter. And Denny, you can't say that both teams are feeling each other out.
No, they're really going all at it right here. And this is the matchup that Kowalski really doesn't want, because you got O'Hara out there now marking Segota.
I want to talk a little bit more about that in a moment. Dave Hagen has the ball on the far side. Good ball. Sock. Cap on the overlap. Off the boards, nobody there except for San Diego, and they move it out. Sock will get it back. Fakes for Hagen. Takes the shot and went wide off the boards. That may have been a pass more than a shot, but Hagen moved. McKenzie to Hagen. Mack wanted to go back for it. A little hesitation. Now they find Cap. Left-footed drive. Blocked by Gorsuch. Fouled by Paul Child. I was about to say before, Denny, that the reason they don't want O'Hara on a matchup is, well, let's take a look at Earhart first.
It's a good opportunity there by Earhart. Takes the shot really well. Paul Child a little bit overly aggressive there. The referees really protect the keeper.
I was going to say, normally you want an O'Hara or a Topolsky in a matchup, but because of injuries, John Kowalski didn't want that. Here's Segota. Off the boards, wants his own ball, doesn't get it. A Jungle header went wide, but he was passing that one for Bronco Segota. Wilrich. Nice try for Jungle, but Hagen was there. So Pittsburgh covered up well that time defensively. They'll lose the ball here. Wad Harmez up for Jungle. He'll lose it. Hagen will play it back. Wad Harmez, this is his second 10-day contract. He's there because of injuries to this team. We'll talk about injuries when we get the opportunity. Sometimes you don't get a chance to talk about everything you'd like. This game is so quick. There's no score. 9.5 to go first quarter. Both teams have had chances. Ladouceur around Cap. That should have been advantage. Ladouceur had broken right around Earhart Cap. There's no way in the world that you stop play there.
That's a good call there. That was a good call.
By
yourself.
Oh, no. I was going to say, that's obvious. You gotta let him go. He had broken right around Cap. Along the board. Ladouceur for Wilrich. Not a good baller. He would have been wide open. Ladouceur open for the moment, but he shoots it up into the crowd. No score from San Diego. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer.
Sounds like there's a bear in the beer.
What are we going to do?
I'll be right back.
Where's he going?
He's going to get that beer from that bear.
That's not just a bear. That's a grizzly.
Yeah, but that's not just a beer. That's fire-brewed Strohs. I thought we had 3 cases.
Well, had to make a deal.
Strohs and Stroh Light, fire brewed for smoother taste.
We're back in San Diego. I'm John Paul Della Camera along with Denny Kohlmeyer. Substituting tonight for John Sanders, who's on assignment. No score. It's a nice game to see. Late night Spirit Soccer. Late on the East Coast. Not a bad time here on the West Coast as Papaleo rolls it to Earhart Cap, and Pittsburgh will try to mount an attack, but this is the slowest we've seen the game, Denny, at any time over the last 7 minutes.
Still some interesting matchups now, because now you got Namdar out there with Sagoda instead of Jungle.
O'Hara just lost control of that one, and that one goes out of play. One score we'd like to give to you, St. Louis, earlier in the day, defeated Cleveland 8-7. Cleveland has been playing better, but that's not a typical St. Louis score. I don't know who was in goal for that one, but 15 goals. That must have been wide open. Cha-Cha Namdar. Got one of the greatest nicknames in this league. For Perez. O'Hara on him. Kapka missing on the tackle. Sagoda will get it. Namdar was open, but Bronco didn't see him. He's going to get free, and a shot. He scored. Great shot. 1-0 San Diego.
You're going to get a chance here to see the quickness of Sagoda. Pushes the ball right by him. Great technique, powerful left-footed shot. Nobody really marked him, but there you've seen the quickness. The one move, pushes the ball to the outside of his foot and just strikes the ball very well.
44th goal of the year for Bronco. And the time of that goal is going to be 6:31. Perez will get the assist on it. A cannon of a shot. But you can see as he got open and the confidence that he has as a shooter, he did not hesitate. He just cranked it home. And if you notice where he put it, inside the post near side. Sibbies for Terlecki. Try to move on Crow, and Perez got him from behind. It's played back to Gorsuch. Wants to make the long throw for the first time tonight up for Wilrich. O'Hara on him. 1-0. San Diego takes the lead. Kapka will get it for Sibbies. Terlecki free on the left wing. Sibbies with a long pass. Stan has to get to it in the corner. Kevin Crow marking him. He's blocked 80 shots this year. He's had a great year. He's an all-star. In front for Cap, and there's a big Gorsuch save.
Any placement there.
Perez reverses it to Ladouceur. Look how well San Diego using the width of the field. Right side corner, Wilrich. Fakes to go off the boards. Waits for help. Crow's going to come in. Got a piece of it. Knocks it back into the corner. Earhart Cap battling. Wins it up the left side for Terlecki. Stan with Ladouceur, and Ladouceur's quickness beat him on the ball, but Stan recovers. Back for Earhart Cap. We've yet to see Mark Liverich. We're told that he should see some action tonight. He is the subject of an interview coming up at halftime, so we hope you will stick around for that. Mark Liverich being counted upon to help out the Spirit in the stretch drive. San Diego gets nowhere with that Ladouceur pass, and O'Hara will bring it back. Spirit trail 1-0. Under 7 minutes to go first quarter. O'Hara into the attack zone. Broken up in the corner. Rutolo. You heard the crowd groaning. It wasn't as close to the net as it may have looked. Geyer will get it. On the left wing, Child bumping him. Leads it into the corner. Rutolo after. Papaleo can't use his hands there, so he kicks it free to McKenzie. Back for Joe. We mentioned before, starting his 7th straight game. Still playing with a broken finger on his left hand, which affects you in trying to punch a ball. Hagen. Give and go to Saki. Doesn't get a good ball. David holding it. Pittsburgh's fourth leading scorer. Cuts it to his left. Has Crow with him. Now to his right. Wants to shoot. Just shot it wide. Got free for the moment. McKenzie for Sock. Got a piece of it. Hit high into the air by the Sockers. Now it is McKenzie looking for it with Marr. Broken up. Segota running it down. Bronco for Jungle. Off the boards. Papaleo save. Rebound wide. Franz Sock will get it back. Cleared off the boards by Hagen. Now it is Segota. Bronco Segota holding on to it. Right side, Katakalitis in the box. Jungle wide open. He missed it. He lost the ball.
That's one Jungle would like to have back. He doesn't miss very many of them. Just lack of concentration there. Should have relaxed his foot a little bit more to control the ball a little bit better.
Clavillo in the corner for Steve Jungle. Looking for it is Hagen. Katakalitis is there on the right side for Paul Child. Still a 1-0 deficit. Pittsburgh is trailing. Ron Newman with it. Watching from the bench as McKenzie brings it up left side. The shot deflected. Franz Sock looking for it. I'm hearing Ron Newman's voice from down below. Bronco Segota now gets it in a box, and he just shot it wide. Over on the left wing boards, Chacha Namdar. Back to McKenzie. Sounded like about 6 people in the stands had individual microphones for a second. I don't know what's going on. But you could hear some stuff on the bench of San Diego, maybe Pittsburgh's as well. An English accent. McKenzie up the right side. Looking for Sibbies. Ian will knock it down. A shot, but it's right at Gorsuch, who holds on. 4:28 to go. A fast-moving opening quarter. 1-0 lead for San Diego. Perez on the right side. Cap on hip. Perez lifting it high, almost out of play. Crow keeps it in, shoots wide, nobody at the far post. Caleb Surrey after it with Kapka. Z will win that battle. Over to Earhart Cap. Cap with 43 blocked shots on the season. Really sacrificing the body this year. He's played some at the back and some in midfield. Over to Kevin Marr. And this is normally a combination, Denny, that we were talking about before. You don't see too often, but it's because of matchups that John Kowalski is using to protect against San Diego's top guns.
But then again, you got Earhart Cap out there now. He's supposed to be marking Segota. Now he's on Perez.
Ron Newman, by the way, in case you're a stranger to indoor soccer, it's the same as hockey. You're the home team. You can change last, and there's changing on the fly as well, and you don't want to get too involved in all these changes. It can affect your game. Terlecki with it on the far side. 1-0 Pittsburgh trail. Stan holding it. Waiting. Cuts it to his left. Takes the shot too high off the boards. O'Hara follows it up. Shoots it wide. Wants his own ball. Heads it into the corner for Sibbies. Ian fouled. That is going to be the second foul on San Diego, 4 on Pittsburgh. Sibbies to Terlecki. Tackled away by Namdar for O'Hara. Earhart Cap. 1-0 deficit. Pittsburgh on the short end. For Terlecki, Stan getting free a bit. Takes the shot. Blocked. Nice play. That shot was labeled for goal, but it was blocked in front by the San Diego defense. Terlecki will get it again. Picked up by Namdar. Sticks it away from him. This could be trouble. But O'Hara blocks Perez. Now Perez gets free. Upfield, he's got Caleb Surrey open on his left. Perez takes a shot. It went wide. Bad shot selection there. He'll take another one into the box. And O'Hara gives it to Papaleo. That's a wasted opportunity for the Sockers. 2:41 to go. And it's still 1-0 San Diego in the opening quarter.
And John O'Hara did really well there to recover. Did a great job intercepting the ball. Perez just got a little bit lucky and got the ball on a 2-on-1. But O'Hara did well to get back and recover.
Earhart Cap with it on the right side for Kapka. Tries to reverse it. Nobody there. Headed off the boards. Ladisor. Now it is Perez. Broken up. That's Pittsburgh's 5th foul. And watch out, because there's 2:19 to go, Denny. That's plenty of time for another one. Here it is.
Awful lot of time. Earhart Cap just a little bit overly aggressive there.
There's Hugo Perez. Sat out much of the beginning of the season over a contract dispute over an indoor-outdoor season contract. Hasn't affected him in 16 games. He's got 18 points. Wilrich into the attack zone. A 1-0 San Diego lead. Good drop. Quick shot in the box is broken up and cleared out. Katakalitis was the man taking the shot. Clavillo will get it for Ladisor. This guy can fly if he ever gets any room out there. Katakalitis now for Jungle, who missed an easy attempt for him earlier. Jungle now picked up by John O'Hara. Steve Jungle, now the MISL's leading scorer, to Wilrich. Shot blocked by Kapka, who closed him down. It goes out of play. 1-0 San Diego. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer.
A lot of accident claims never get a fair hearing because many people think you have to be rich to have a lawyer. But it can cost you plenty to settle your own claim. At Hyatt Legal Services, we took the fear out of legal fees. Before you sign something you don't understand, come in and talk to a Hyatt lawyer. We'll help you fight for what you're entitled to. I'm Joel Hyatt, and you've got my word on it. We took the fear out of legal fees across the country and in your neighborhood.
Here's a look at the San Diego bench. They lead it 1-0 here in San Diego. I'm John Paul Della Camera, along with Denny Colmeyer. The ball is played into the box, and Papaleo makes an easy play. Mark Liverich, his first shift of the night for Pittsburgh. He'll be wearing number 26. On the right wing side, it's broken up. Clavillo leading it for Jungle. Right back for Ladisor. To Jungle in open space, blocked, but it's going to go free. Look at Wilrich. Blocked by Papaleo, and then Marr. Katakalitis into the corner. Ladisor, good shot, save, Papaleo. That ball rolled on the line, but he came back and stopped it. Child on the move on the right wing. Back for Hagen. That is the matchup up front with Liverich. We may see Hagen revert to a midfielder's role on this unit. It's for Marr on the overlap, but his shot is blocked and it goes out of play. 1-0 San Diego. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer.
When you see a supermarket with double coupons, do you wonder how they pay for them? Well, they don't. You do. Manufacturers only pay the coupon's face value. You pay the rest in the form of higher food prices. A Giant Eagle doesn't offer double coupons because with absolute minimum prices they can't. Of course, they still honor manufacturers' coupons. The manufacturer pays for that, not you. The new Giant Eagle. They'll change your mind about how you should shop for food.
And as we come back, here's what almost happened, Denny, seconds ago.
That was a great opportunity here for Ladisor. Does well. Just to hit it on a half volley. The ball hits right off the boards. It gets in behind Papaleo. Papaleo does well just to keep the ball from going in.
Remember, the entire ball must cross the line before it is counted as a goal. McKenzie on the far side in the San Diego zone. Plays it into traffic. Clavillo intercepts. Wilrich. Off the boards for Crow. The crowd wanted that to be Pittsburgh's 6th foul. They might have been right. Liverich towing it to the right side, broken up. Segota bothered there by Hagen, who wins it for Child. Child and Liverich, 2-on-2 now. Hagen joins, 3-on-2. Child has it tackled away by Clavillo. Hagen will still have room. Right-footed shot, broken up. It's coming all the way upfield, and look at Segota trailing. He almost became the lead man, and I'll tell you what, Wilrich wasted that ball. Denny, he never saw Segota. That could have been a great offensive setup.
Well, it really could have been. Wilrich didn't even look. He just turned and hit it, hoping that Segota was there. The only one home was Kevin Marr.
Segota was the trailer, and he almost ended up as the lead man. Chow for Liverich. Not enough there to make the connection. 8 seconds left in the quarter. A good first quarter, though. Lead ball for Chow. Tackled by Gorsuch. Net empty. It's deflected in, and it's broken up, and that would have counted. There was 2 seconds left. So Pittsburgh very unlucky there. But at the end of one, it's a good soccer game. San Diego 1. Pittsburgh nothing. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer.
Coming first with a real big thirst. Who you gonna call? Cola taste this real supernatural deal. Oh, who you gonna call?
New 3-liter Coke, the Thirst Buster, the biggest bottle of Coke around. Hey, you don't want to run out of Coca-Cola. Get Thirst Buster and save.
I ain't afraid of no thirst. Who you gonna call? Thirst Buster!
We've got beautiful savings at Thrift Drug now, like Vidal Sassoon Styling Mousse and Styling Gel, just right for today's hairstyles. $2.49 each at Thrift Drug. Arm & Hammer Baking Soda, 3 for $1. Our own Treasury brand tissues, 2 for $1. And all these vitamins, save up to 50% at Thrift Drug. For more beautiful savings, pick up this ad in our stores. Trust Thrift Drug.
After 50 years, you're still the one you can trust.
Fresh squeezed. Did it this morning. And then I even made my famous spaghetti. I don't have to do these things, but I do, even with laundry. I don't have to use Biz bleach, but spaghetti? Spaghetti. Just half a cup of Bizwick detergent, and I know it's going to come out. Biz is the only major brand that makes me feel I'm doing all I can. And to me, that's what making a home is about.
Give it all you can with Biz Bleach.
The car won't start.
Winter driving can mean trouble, but plain gas-line antifreeze often can't help. STP gas treatment does more. It tunes up your gas for better performance. Used regularly, STP helps break up water in your tank to remove it, helps clear your fuel line, and cleans your carburetor. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Oh, yes, Daddy's coming!
Don't get stopped cold. Get STP gas treatment and tune up your gas. STP, your car care company.
Welcome back to San Diego. I'm John Paul Della Camera with Denny Kohlmeyer. It's a 1-0 game because of this, Denny.
Well, it was a good move here by Perez. It's by two players, O'Hara and Kapka. A little bit of a trip there. Now you're going to see Segota dribbles the ball. I think Kapka comes into the picture here, pushes the ball right by Kapka. Kapka goes to Mark. I think he's going to get some help from the other side because basically what Kowalski was talking about before was the matchups between Cap on Segota. So when Earhart did come out, it was a little bit too late because of the quickness of Segota. Pushes the ball to his right, and with the talent that he has and the quickness that he has and the accuracy in the shot.
It's a good game. San Diego leads 1-0. Bob Wheat was not a winner in our goal-getter contest. He'll get consolation prizes, though, from Armour Meats and Tropicana Juices. This quarter, it is Ian Partilla. And Ian's contestant, or his person that he has chosen, he is a contestant, is Ian Sibbies. And would also like to remind you that the Spirit will be traveling to St. Louis. That is a scheduled change this Wednesday, March 13th, to meet the Steamers. We're going to be on again right here on KDKA TV2. Game time in Pittsburgh is 8:30 p.m. Hope you'll join us for that one as the road swing continues. Second quarter underway. Terlecki takes a shot. It goes wide. 1-0, San Diego leading it, but both teams had chances. Pittsburgh outshot San Diego 8-4 in the opening quarter.
And the Spirit had some really good chances, particularly Earhart Cap on the one that he had, and Stan Terlecki.
John O'Hara with it. Right side, it is Z. Kapka. Has had a tough year with injuries. He's only got 1 goal in the season. Bangs it off the boards. It's broken up. Terlecki looking to make things happen. Stan, left-footed shot is blocked. They close him down in a hurry. Here comes Perez. This team can counterattack as well as anybody. Perez will show you how it's done. 1-0 San Diego leading it. He pushes it to Katakalitis. Back to Perez. Wide open is Namdar, but Perez didn't see him. Kapka leading it the other way for Terlecki. Hermes will clear it back for Gorsuch. Now to Kevin Crow, one of several All-Stars who played up in Cleveland about a week or so ago. Ladasor to Chacha Namdar. 1-0 San Diego leading it. This is the second quarter, just underway. 13:43 to go. Perez cuts it to the right for Crow. Picked up by Earhart Cap. Played it back out. Namdar holding it. Cuts to the right. Sibby's on him. Crow will get another crack at it with Cap chasing him out. And now San Diego is forced back. Hermes. Right back to Gorsuch. Now to Kevin Crow. San Diego, for really the first time tonight, Denny, with ball possession. They've got a man wide open on the right. It's Segota, and they didn't see him. I think they caught Pittsburgh ball watching and maybe put him to sleep. Segota would have been wide open on the right wing.
Well, this is really San Diego's game. With the talent that they have, they like to move the ball around an awful lot and just get some of their forwards so they can get the opportunity to push the ball into them. But this is really San Diego's game.
O'Hara will knock it back to Joe Papaleo. Intercepted. A Wilrich shot goes wide.
Well, Dave Hagen loafed there a little bit. He's got to come to that ball. Wilrich just beat him right to the ball and had a good opportunity to score.
That's a good point. He's got to come forward to the ball. He's playing right now as a midfielder, Denny. It's a little different role for him.
Well, it really is. It's not the first time he's played it. He hasn't played it too frequently, but with the addition of Liverich out there, the problem with Hagen playing midfielder in the past, he was tentative to go forward.
Jungle being chased by Liverich, former teammates with the arrows. Jungle to the right. Look at those moves, but McKenzie's right there. Jungle's got some speed, I'll tell you. He's getting older, it seems, but he's not losing much at all.
Well, Dave McKenzie did a good job there just being able to stay with him.
On the right side, Wilrich. Mack with a tough assignment tonight. Jungle has just about every record this league has. Jungle will get it back. In a penalty arc. Don't want to foul him there. A shot by Hermes went wide. Look at this. McKenzie kicked it out. There was some confusion in the box for Pittsburgh, and that's the last place you want to have that. Liverich up the field. 1-0. His team trails. For Hagen on the left. Hagen cutting it inside, broken up. There's a foul.
Well, that was very fortunate for the Spirit there because San Diego was just ready to counter with Wilrich, Segota, and Jungle, and McKenzie was the only one back.
That would have been 3-on-1. You're right. There's Liverich. We'll be talking to him at halftime. McKenzie to the left wing boards. Marr off the boards. Hagen can't find it. He'll try it again. It's loose in the box, and look how calmly they play it out. And there's Jungle hanging. On the run, McKenzie. Great recovery, and Papaleo with a save. Jungle could have heard those footsteps from behind. Great effort by McKenzie.
Best save of the night for Papaleo.
Had to be. Liverich coming up the field. Takes a shot, an easy one. Gorsuch making the save. I got scared when I saw how wide open Jungle was. I never saw him back there. I was watching the play upfield, but he hung back there. This is Marr coming up the field with Child. Kevin Deeks to the right. Stops. Plays it back off the boards. Terlecki going for it. It's a little bit off the mark. Stan plays it for Child. Give and go. Shot off a deflection, I believe, into the crowd. Out of play. It's 1-0 San Diego. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer.
Amy, come on. It's finished. You'll be the first to see it. Okay, I'll call my mom. I'm home, Mom.
Jenny, don't wake the baby.
Okay. This is it. My room. Oh.
A lot of kids like Jenny are getting the room they've always wanted because there's Mellon. If you need a loan for an extra room or for anything else, talk to Mellon.
Mellon Bank, our neighbor you can count on.
Denny Kohlmeyer, here's the best play of the night defensively for Pittsburgh.
Well, Steve Jungle has that opportunity just to hang out there and hide from defenders. Gets a chance one-on-one on Papaleo. Comes down. McKenzie recovers very well. But that was a great save by Papaleo there.
McKenzie makes a great play because if he's not running, Jungle has a chance to deke from side to side. He had to run straight on. Papaleo knew what was going on and was able to cut down the angle, and Jungle didn't have that much to shoot for. So give McKenzie a lot of credit as well for that because he had to run a long way. Jungle had quite a head start.
Well, we talked earlier about the matchup the Spirit we're going to try to use on San Diego. You might as well throw those right out the window right now because everything has just changed. Because you now have Erhard Cap out there marking Perez.
Geyer on the interception. A 1-0 San Diego lead. Perez up the field with Namdar and Ladiseur, and it's Ladiseur number 16 with it. To Chacha Namdar. Right side, Katakalitis. Over on the left side to Eric Geyer. Geyer plays it back to Katakalitis. Geyer not normally a defender, and he's playing back there. You'll usually see him in a midfielder spot, or we have in the past. Ladiseur holding it on the far boards. O'Hara with him, a 1-0 San Diego lead. It's deflected right into the box where Papaleo is. It's a tough road swing for Pittsburgh. They've got one home game miraculously in there, but they play 6 games in slightly less than 9 days. Long ball played towards Kapka. That's why you're going to see John Kowalski use as many players as he can and work Liverich in there. He didn't have a chance to work Liverich much in practice since Mark came in on Friday. Ball played for Ladiseur, blocked. Sibby's towing it ahead for Kapka. Z no longer wearing that knee brace, which tells you, hopefully anyway, that the knee is getting stronger. Terlecki dribbling to the right. His team down 1-0. He'll just knock it back to John O'Hara, being paired with Erhard Cap. Johnny into the right wing boards area. Terlecki wants to turn, can't do it. He's broken up on the side by Perez. And now a foul over there, and it is on Stan Terlecki. We've not seen yet Adam Topolsky.
Well, there's 2 players for the Spirit that haven't been out there yet. Greg Ostalchik and Topolsky. We'll look down on the bench now. Ostalchik is loosening it up somewhat. It was here back on the January 26th that Ostalchik had a broken collarbone.
Suffered in the middle of the field, as I recall, against Wilrich in a collision. Segota with the ball. Nice cut to the left. A shot. Wicked one. Hit the post. What a great move. Even when he misses, I think Segota shows you what a great player he is. Sibby's on the run back. One thing Pittsburgh has not had, Denny, they've not been able to attack in the numerical advantage tonight because San Diego does get back well. O'Hara with it on the left. 1-0, San Diego leading it. Kapka in the corner, trying to pass it for Liverich, broken up. Z again, look at that, rolled right through Gorsuch's legs and hands, but nobody was there, and Katakalitis will bring it back. Pittsburgh trying to complete their change on the fly. Ball goes harmlessly into the Spirit zone. This is no disgrace. Pittsburgh just down 1-0 With 8:22 to go before halftime, they're definitely in this game against San Diego. They've played well for the most part this year against the Sockers. One real bad quarter at home killed them in a game, but other than that, Ron Newman and his club have a lot of respect for Pittsburgh. This is McKenzie. On the left, Liverich cranks it around the boards. Nobody over there to the far side. Woolrich will get it. Woolrich is such a great player, Denny, but when you've got Jungle and you've got Segota, Woolrich becomes underrated, except by those who play against him. Kevin Marr, nice move. He beats Woolrich. Has a chance, but the pass is broken up. Here's the counterattack. Woolrich on the run. Hagen back with him. 3-on-3. Well played to Jungle. McKenzie on him for Ladouceur. A lot of movement. I thought that was a handball. Yes, it was. A little bit of a late call, but nonetheless on Ladouceur, and it's still 1-0 San Diego.
Well, that was a good call there by the official.
As Ladouceur lost his shoe in the process. Pittsburgh bringing the ball back up. They trail 1-0. Hagen on the right for Kevin Marr. 8 goals on the season for Kevin. He had 6 all of last year in his rookie season. Up for Jungle. Wide open on the right wing, and nobody saw Caleb Surrey. This is McKenzie. In the box. Oh, he had Liverich wide open. Here's another counter. Crow to Surrey, looking for Jungle. The game's starting to open up, Denny. We're seeing it now.
Well, San Diego breaks out of their defensive end so well. That time you had Surrey going for a nice run, and no one just saw him.
One of the things Pittsburgh did well, at least in Pittsburgh, you watch the long pass to a player like Jungle at midfield, but then you've got to watch his support. No one had Surrey. He could have ran the entire length of the field before anyone would have seen him. He was that far open. Cap. Now to Adam Topolsky on for his first shift. 6:45 to go before halftime. 1-0. San Diego leading it on. Bronco Segota's goal. Segota with his 44th goal of the season. That ball deflected out of play. We'll go away for a moment. San Diego leads Pittsburgh 1-0. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer.
It's the #1 sale of the year at your Greater Pittsburgh Chevy dealers.
Over 5,000 new Chevy cars and trucks to be sold now.
Lease a new '85 front-wheel drive Chevy hatchback for $129 a month with no money down.
Nothing held back. Over 5,000 to choose from.
Get 8.8% financing on selected models if you buy before March 31st.
Get the year's best selection of Chevy Cavaliers, Celebrities, and the full-size Caprice.
The hottest selling cars in America.
This is the one you've been waiting for.
Now at your #1 Greater Pittsburgh Chevy dealers.
Welcome back to San Diego. Late night soccer here on TV2. I'm John Paul Della Camera with Denny Kohlmeyer filling in tonight for John Sanders as Perez with a 1-0 lead. Look at the moves. Takes a shot, didn't have enough on it. Papaleo with it, rolls it up the middle for Sibis. First time we've seen this line, I think, in a year, it seems like. Ostalchik with Sibis and Terlecki. The Polish connection. They started out a little bit at the start of this season, but then injuries and whatnot prevented them from playing together again, and Topolsky and Cap will round it out. Here's Adam. Has missed the last 2 games because of an injury. Up the right wing, Ostalchik. Gets hit hard there. Foul call on San Diego. That's their 3rd. Greg's got an injured left shoulder, which I'm sure is still a little bit tender, but he said he was ready to play, and he's out there giving it a go.
The Spirit are getting some good opportunities. That was a great ball in there by Adam Topolsky over to Ostalchik. Just pushed off the ball for a foul.
Set play. Sibis to Terlecki. Not seen too many set pieces tonight for either team, actually. Terlecki holding it. Looking to his left. Cuts free. In the box for Sibis. It's deflected and it just hit off the goalpost on the wide side of it, away from the goal. But it produced some excitement, and as you were saying, Denny, Pittsburgh's getting chances, but when you play San Diego, boy, you got to finish them.
Well, that was a great feed by Terlecki into Sibis there.
I thought he was going to shoot it. He made a nice play. Perez, 3 on now 4. But San Diego attacks with confidence. Woolrich, great cut, a shot. Nice save, Papaleo. He was beaten.
Well, there you see the quickness of Papaleo there, because the ball was behind, but Papaleo's quickness just reached out and grabbed it with his left arm.
He was beaten. He was going one way, the ball the other. That's a great reflex save for Joe. Stan Terlecki with it. From Topolsky, who now goes to the bench. Ostalchik and Jungle battle in the corner. Greg winning it. O'Hara is on for Topolsky. 1-0 San Diego leading it on Segota's 44th of the year from Perez at 6:31 of the first quarter. Here's Stan. Working it to the left side, in traffic. Still holding it. Ladouceur on him. Wide open on the right side was Cap. Now he'll get it, but he cranks it upstairs. 1-0 San Diego. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer.
Guess what I heard my babysitter telling her boyfriend? What? How quarter pounders are made. How? They're fried. But she said burger Burger King has a quarter-pound double burger, and it's flame broiled. Not fried.
Burger King presents Flame Broiled Doubles, the double hamburger, double cheeseburger, and bacon double cheeseburger. So you never have to eat a fried quarter pounder again.
What's wrong with frying? Oh,
Great move by Wilrich here on Earhart Crap, just to pull the ball to his left. Here's the ball with his left foot underneath the legs of Nostalgic. Then Papaleo was really screened on a shot and just did ever so well just to get his left hand on the ball.
The benefit of replay. Did you notice that in the first shot? I didn't think he was screened. I didn't catch it until the replay there, but it went right through the legs. It looked like of Greg Ostalchik. That made the save even better. Jungle now to the near side. Wilrich, great player. Broken up by Liverich. Mark on the run. Into the attack zone, tried to cut it right, and Wilrich ran him down from behind. The line is Hagen, Kapka, and Liverich. And Hagen is retreating towards that midfielder's position, so we might see Kapka as a second forward here. We'll wait and see how that shapes up as Jungle plays it the other way. Good read by O'Hara for Kapka. Here's Pittsburgh, first time attacking with numbers. Kapka with a wicked shot, hit the goalpost. The crossbar to be more precise. Z let that one fly. Crow will get it. Z showing some confidence there coming forward.
Well, that was a good ball by Z there, but you have to credit O'Hara there with a nice overlapping run from his defensive position, which kind of drew the defender over to O'Hara and gave the opportunity for Kapka to get that shot off.
Johnny showing some things in his first game back. O'Hara will get it from Hagen. Now to McKenzie. Mack holding it. Waiting for some movement. Plays it off the left wing boards. Liverich will get it. Just purchased from the New York Cosmos. Leading goal scorer in the MISL last year. Kapka off the boards. Didn't come out the right way for Pittsburgh. McKenzie will get it. To O'Hara. Right back up the middle for Z. O'Hara's going to join the run. You've got to give it to him, and they do. In front, Gorsuch with a save. Off of Hagen's attempted deflection. Kapka coming back now to win a ball from Segota. Good play by Z. For Liverich, who settles it down. Mark holding it. Gives it for Kapka. Z going forward into the corner. Working hard. Broken up, but he gets some help. Hagen winning it. O'Hara free in the penalty arc. Broken up by Crow. Terlecki deflecting it free. Look at that work out there. Good work right for Pittsburgh. Hagen cuts it to the wrong side of Terlecki. Stan will get it, though. Pittsburgh working hard. They trail 1-0. Good ball. McKenzie the shot. Tip save. Gorsuch. I think Hagen may have gotten a piece. Stan again. Shot blocked by Kevin Crow. Look out. 2-on-1 on the right wing. Segota and Jungle against O'Hara. Terlecki hustling back. Bad pass by Segota ruined a chance. Now Jungle will get it back. Terlecki in the far boards losing it. It's played. Right side, Katakalidis drops it off. Segota, look out. Jungle free, and he shoots it upstairs. That is a gift.
Well, you know, you don't see that happen too often there.
And that man knows it. Steve Jungle. Tough break. He's missed two that are normally easy ones for him. Let's see what happened the other way, though, Denny.
Well, that was a great ball by Terlecki right to McKenzie. It's ball the outside of his foot. I really couldn't tell if it hit Hagen or Gorsuch.
At the very least, Hagen screened him, no matter what. And as we come back, somebody has called a timeout. Pittsburgh. And John Kowalski has chosen this opportunity to talk to the troops. We remind you that Denny and I will be in Los Angeles Monday when the road trip continues. That is not a televised game, but you can pick that up in the Spirit Radio Network. We'll be on at 10:30 Pittsburgh time from the Forum in Inglewood, California. And if you saw the Lasers last Sunday, they're an awesome team, so the schedule does not get any easier. And we want to also remind you about a big night coming up in Pittsburgh. Friday, March 29th is Arby's Shazoo night. If you don't know what a Shazoo is, that should make you want to come. That's when the Spirit take on arch rivals, the Cleveland Force. The first 16,000 fans in attendance will receive a musical Shazoo, so that's a little bit of a giveaway. It is compliments of Arby's. Game time is 8:05 p.m. Denny on the timeout here, John Kowalski called it. Not a bad time to call it when you can take advantage of it. Pittsburgh would love to go in at halftime, only down by one at the most.
Well, the Spirit have played really well. I say the whole first half has been 50-50. I think San Diego has had some good opportunities as well as Pittsburgh. Getting back to the thing before, when Jungle just missed the one, it was a good 2-on-1 there for San Diego because you had two of the best players in the MISL, Segota and Jungle, on the one defender. But Terlecki did exceptionally well to come back from his own red line to put a little bit of pressure on Segota to get that ball off and kind of forced the pass and went right behind Jungle.
He did, and Stan realized that was his mistake. He took a shot with the defender closing him, and he had McKenzie caught in the corner. instead of passing the ball to McKenzie. So, you know, when Stan makes a mistake and he thinks it's really his fault, he really busted his tail to get back there. That was a nice play. And it may have helped force that bad pass from Segota. Ostalchik now plays it back to Joe Papaleo. We haven't had a chance, but both teams have been hit by injuries. Quinn and Dana not playing, although Dana is dressed for this game. Bosmar is still out for Pittsburgh. Charlie Green did not make this trip. George, Tiger, and Marcio Leite are here, but they were not dressed tonight. Spirit, as they normally do on long road swings, bring extra players. Wilrich to Katakalitis. 1-0. San Diego leading it. It's been a great game thus far. Late night soccer here in San Diego. Long shot. Papaleo is there. He's looked sharp. First quarter wasn't tested. Second quarter, the test was there. Cholecki rolling it right side. Ostalchik. It's deflected by whom, though? No call yet by the officials, and Marty Templin, who's over on our side, calls it Pittsburgh ball. A minute and a half to go before halftime. We'll be talking with Mark Liverich at halftime, plus a special feature on the Dapper Dan Soccer Classic. Hope you stick around for that. Ostalchik from Marr. Runs it to his left. Takes the shot, blocked by Wilrich. Perez back for Wilrich in traffic. Sibby's there, Cholecki there. It's blocked. Pittsburgh putting some pressure on, but Gorsuch reaches up to make that play. He'll roll it right side for Gene Wilrich. Over on the right side. Oh, what a foul that is. I called that before the officials. I assume they were calling that. Surrey was dumped by Marr. Now, here's where Pittsburgh must be careful, Denny. They're weak on set plays, and look at where this ball is.
Well, not just that, but the Pittsburgh have always, one problem they had all year was giving up critical goals towards the end of the half.
Only a Papaleo save stopped that one from being won. Look out here. Ball pushed out. Katakalitis. Now, quick shot to score. Your words were prophetic. Namdar will get it. And there was a breakdown in there, deep in the Spirit box, which I'm sure we'll get to see. 59 seconds left before halftime. That's a bad one to give up. So the time of the goal, 14:01, and Denny, you can take us there.
Well, the Spirit did well. It's a set play. Papaleo did well just to push the initial ball out. Namdar's going to get the ball back to himself off the boards. Beats Topolsky, and he's going to take the shot, and it goes right through the legs of Papaleo on the near post. But it was a critical goal for the Spirit. They wanted to go to the locker room 1 down, not 2 down.
Actually, a collision there helped that goal. Katakalitis ran into Ostalchik and Namdar, and it opened up Namdar, and Katakalitis will get an assist. 2-0 San Diego. Liverich with the ball. Takes a shot. It's blocked. Cap with it. Right-footed drive. Blocked in the box. Child looking for it, but it comes out. San Diego running back. O'Hara with a nice steal. Had Child open. It's broken up. On the run, 30 seconds left. Segota. Jungle wide open. Blocked by Earhart Cap. I thought there would have been a foul there on Segota for running into Earhart Cap. But I guess they're ruling it as incidental contact. Katakalitis assisting on that last goal. We'll recap it when we get the opportunity. Let's stay with the ball. O'Hara with it. Outside the box. Good move. Hagen. A shot. Score! Dave Hagen with a big goal. 12 seconds left before halftime.
Well, that's definitely going to boost their confidence up there. It was a great play by O'Hara.
He made the pass, and we'll get to see it again. John O'Hara with a great ball.
O'Hara looking up, great vision, slides the ball over to Hagen, hits the ball first time. If he goes 2 touch there, allows the defender to come out and close him down a little bit, he doesn't get the angle on the ball. So Hagen has to hit that ball first time.
No hesitation. That's what did it. Hagen will get the goal, his 21st of the year from O'Hara. Hagen likes those television games. He usually does well. We joke with him about it. Clock counting down. 1 second left as Gorsuch has it, and that is it. That goal came 47 seconds after the Namdar goal. Hagen's 21st of the year from John O'Hara. At halftime, Pittsburgh gave one up, but they get one back. San Diego 2, Pittsburgh 1. We're coming back in a couple of moments. Stay with us. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer.
Can you believe it? JT with an $18 million contract?
Sure is a long way from the playground.
Think he still drinks Strohs?
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
JT, man.
Richard. Timothy.
This is all right. Glad he didn't forget his friends. Or his Strohs. Where is the Strohs?
Out by the pool.
The pool?
Strohs and Stroh Lights.
Now that's a cooler.
Fire brewed for smoother taste.
know me. You may know my do-wag-a-doo, wag-a-doo, wag-a-doo, wag-a-doo. But my do-wag-a-doo don't do me no good when I'm traveling. So I just got myself an American Express card. And that makes me the king of the road.
To apply for the card, look for an application and take one.
The American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
I refinished this beautiful piece all by myself, and I can't even change a light bulb.
This chest turned out better than I ever imagined. It looks like a professional refinished it, but I did.
Formby's furniture refinisher can make a believer out of you because it works unlike anything you've ever seen. It dissolves old varnish lacquer shellac without stripping, sanding, or scraping. With my furniture refinisher, it's a pleasure to create a treasure.
Homer Formby. No one knows wood as good.
Available at these fine stores.
I like small cars.
We need more room.
Today, Chevrolet has a car for you, the midsize celebrity.
Feel the room. Ride in style. Go in comfort every mile.
Enjoy midsize room with economy and a price that's surprisingly small. Celebrity.
Lots of stuff here. If this is today's Chevrolet, I like it.
And we need it.
Drive today, Chevy. Live today, Chevy.
Live it.
Chevy.
And welcome back to the San Diego Sports Arena. I'm John Paul Dellacamera. Alongside me, Denny Kohlmeyer. A great first half of play, Denny, and Pittsburgh very much alive in this game. They're playing San Diego extremely well, I think.
Well, they got to go in the locker room now with a lot more confidence after going down 2-0 on what I thought was kind of a cheapy goal on the part of San Diego. Come right back, and Hagen gets a nice goal, so they got to go in the locker room with a lot of confidence now.
Now, the very first goal of the game was scored by Branko Segota. He picked up his 44th goal of the game. Great individual effort. Perez had the assist at 6:31. It gave San Diego a lead at 1-0, but it was still anyone's game, Denny, and both teams had chances. I started to worry a little bit when Namdar scored the goal, but I think when you can get one right back, you nullify it. That goal by Hagen, as you mentioned, has to give Pittsburgh a lift going into the dressing room. They're playing against the best team in the league, and it's anybody's game.
Well, you're right there, and the Spirit did play well. They had a lot of great chances to score, especially Hagen with the goal he had. You had an opportunity by Earhart Kapp. Trelecki had a few chances. Z. Cappy hit the crossbar the one time, so it's been a pretty even game this whole first half.
Let's speculate a little bit. John Kowalski said he wanted to maybe give both goaltenders a chance to play half the game. I doubt if he'll take Papaleo out.
I seriously doubt it as well. At least I hope he doesn't, because Papaleo has played a great first half.
Well, we're going to see if we're right on that situation. But in any event, we are here at halftime, and the San Diego Sockers are leading it by the score of 2-1. You know, one of the important aspects to the future of indoor soccer is the involvement of the youth of America. And that's where my partner, Denny Kohlmeyer, the Spirit Director of Youth Development, is so important. Together with the Spirit and the Dapper Dan Association, the first ever All-Star Soccer Classic took place earlier this season in Pittsburgh Civic Arena. We put together this feature for you on the Dapper Dan Soccer Classic. On Friday, December 14th, the Dapper Dan Soccer Classic made its debut at the Civic Arena. The event, the first of its kind, presented the very finest players from various high schools across the country. 2 games were played. In Game 1, it was the Pittsburgh All-Stars versus the Cleveland All-Stars, with Cleveland winning. And in the feature match, it was the USA All-Stars getting the best of the Pennsylvania All-Stars. There was excitement everywhere, from the high school players to the high school coaches to the college coaches who came to Pittsburgh.
What we're trying to do is showcase a lot of the local talent that we have here in Pittsburgh, and the Dapper Dan is just one of many things that we're trying to really do. The first one that we did back in 1980 was Allegheny 80, and now with the Spirit being in town and the camps that we do, that also with the Dapper Dan, it's just another way that we can showcase the best talent, the high school talent that we have in the Pittsburgh area.
I think it's good for Western Pennsylvania soccer, and I think that not only individually, myself, will I get a little bit more attention, but I think that the coaches will turn their heads a little bit more this way and say, hey, the kids from Western Pennsylvania can play soccer. We should turn our heads and start looking and see if some of them can come and play at our Division I schools.
The players we've got now are going to be the best, and we should do great. And the players coming up, I think they're going to do better, especially with this Dapper Dan, because it's going to help the whole community, especially Western Pennsylvania.
It's great. You know, it's a chance to play with some of the best players from around the country and play in front of some of the best fans. You know, we always hear about Pittsburgh fans, and about the spirit. And I'm really looking forward to the game tonight.
I think it's a very important event. You know, when we start getting the young American players involved in things like this, it can only be of great benefit to the players and to the game in general. And I think what the Pittsburgh Spirit and the Dapper Dan people are doing is tremendous.
I think that the idea of this particular classic is just outstanding. We need this kind of event in the sport of soccer.
There's some really fine talent, and this Dapper Dan Classic for soccer is going to do miracles also for the kids, getting them a little early exposure.
I think this is great. I think it's a needed recruiting tool for college coaches because our season is the same as the high school kids, and they're spread all over the country, and it's very, very difficult for us with the press of our schedule and the press of theirs to get to see them play during the season. And so many times players are more by reputation than fact, and this helps answer some of those questions.
I feel really privileged. It's a great honor to be, you know, a part of this, the first one, especially to get it going, and hopefully it can continue on for, you know, the next few years. Well, I think right now the indoor game, because it's so exciting, is probably the future of soccer in the United States, especially for American players.
I think that since the Spirits started, that the youth soccer and interest in soccer as far as the fans go, it's just increased 100%. It's just been great.
You know, one thing that I have admired about this particular professional soccer team is their dedication and involvement with the youth. I'm hoping that others will emulate that, and so that this type of event can carry over into other cities.
While the graduates move on to college, the underclassmen and their coaches can hopefully look ahead to future high school classics.
I've just tried Diet Coke with 100% NutraSweet, and you know, they've made a great taste even better. Diet Coke's the #1 diet soft drink in the world for one simple reason: taste. But that's no surprise, because only this can give you the real cola taste of Diet Coke. After all, isn't taste what it's all about? Diet Coke with 100% NutraSweet. It really is.
Mark Liberich, the newest member of the Pittsburgh Spirit. Mark, obviously it must be very satisfying to you to have finally caught on with some team after your bad situation with the Cosmos.
Well, you know, after Cosmos fold, you know, I thought I'm not going to find a team, and I believe I can help, you know, some teams in the league. And I am so happy that Pittsburgh came, you know, gave me a call and said, do you want to play for us? And, you know, I said, yes, of course. You know, I heard so many good things about Pittsburgh and the organization. I'm very proud to be part of the organization.
Where do you think you fit in, Mark? You're coming in very late, but obviously Pittsburgh needs some kind of a catalyst to get themselves into the playoffs. Do you see yourself having a major role the way you see you're coming to Pittsburgh?
Well, I hope I can help, and, you know, I have only one goal: to help them to make the playoffs. And after the playoffs, you know, after we make the playoffs, anything is possible. You know, I'm not going to say now we're going to win the championship, because first thing, we have to take one step at a time, make the playoffs, and then it's a new season.
With the New York Cosmos, did you ever think that they'd have the kind of problems that they did that would leave you in a situation where you were caught looking for a team?
No, not at all. You know, I was with the Cosmos for 5 years, and I see everything in that organization. You know, I was there when it was 78,000 at the Giant Stadium. I was there when the money was flying all over, and I was there when it was nothing. And you know, it's a sad story. I love Cosmos. I love the organization, but, you know, the finish was very sad.
Now, you're signed here for the balance of this season. Is that for protection for both teams? I know Pittsburgh has right of refusal for you next year, but are you basically, in your own mind, playing for a good contract with the Pittsburgh Spirit for next season?
Well, I am playing for the good contract because I would like to be, you know, I would like to stay in Pittsburgh for another couple of years, and I hope they're happy with me through the end of the season. I'm going to try everything possible to make the fans and this franchise to be successful.
Good luck. After all this time watching you in an enemy uniform, it's nice to see you in the black and gold of the Pittsburgh Spirit.
Thank you very much.
Mark Liberich, the newest member of the Pittsburgh Spirit, is our guest. We're coming to you from the San Diego Sports Arena, where we'll have more. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer.
Hot legs are back. It's all the hot times, all the hot action of the major indoor soccer league with your red-hot Team Spirit. Sunday, the first 7,500 fans get a handsome Spirit drinking mug from Icy Light. See the Spirit sting Chicago this Sunday and say, "Gimme an Icy Light mug." Hot legs are back. Pittsburgh Spirit.
corner kick, San Diego. They don't do much with it. It's played all the way back. Gorsuch. Up for Hermes. Now to Perez. Hugo Perez leading Hermes. Wide off the boards, but Perez may have a chance. He cranks it in a hurry, and it goes out of play. San Diego, even with injuries, still has, Denny, I think, a great lineup. In Pittsburgh, missing some players. Bobby Vossmeyer, Gordon Smith out of the lineup. Roger Winter, Paul Toomey still out. Charlie Green did not make the trip. You recall David McNiven was cut earlier in this week, and Marcio Leite and George Tiger are spectators here. So a lot of players not in uniform for both teams. The biggest guy for San Diego, or biggest two, Kaz Dana, who is dressed but I don't think will play, and Brian Quinn.
So he's right. And you talk about the confidence that Newman has in some of his young players, as in Caleb Surrey and Lotolo and Hermes.
I think Surrey has looked the better of the three. He knows where to go out there.
Well, he's a #1 draft pick.
Hermes playing it back to Gorsuch with Terlecki right there on the doorstep. Long throw upfield. Tell you, Pittsburgh has played well in this game. They've been off a week after really taking a pounding to Los Angeles. They got beat bad. And to be in a game 2-1 at this stage with, I think, the best team in the league, regardless of injuries, is an accomplishment. But right now they need some wins. They can play well, but if they lose, it's still bad in the loss column. Especially with Kansas City beating Wichita last night in Wichita 10-5. Look at Wilrich of the dribble. Here's a big shot, and Papaleo punched it out. That was like a rocket. Terlecki can't handle it. Wilrich to Ladouceur, block. It's back, Ladouceur, save. Papaleo, another one. Joe Papaleo putting on the show. Terlecki with it. Pittsburgh's got to be careful in their own end. Right there, it's stolen by Katakalitis from behind, and Wilrich will go to the right. O'Hara did a great job not to get called for an obstruction. Wilrich off the board. Sibbies will get it. And John Kowalski must be yelling. I know Stevie Butler is. I can see him. Move it out of there. Here's Terlecki over midfield. Sibbies is wide open on the run right. Stan taking it to the left. Getting into some position. Still with it. Held it too long. Broken up. Off the boards, Cap. Over on the right side for Z Kapka. Z to the right side, Kevin Marr. Shooting it, Gorsuch makes the save. Long pass, Jungle. What a great fake to get behind McKenzie. Running it toward the box. He's taken down. He was outside of it. Score, Segota. I didn't see, Denny, if they were calling a foul or letting it go before. It would not have been a penalty kick because it happened in the arc. But Segota was taken down. No one had him. I think everybody worried about Jungle.
Well, Jungle made a great move on the initial feed. Makes a little deke. Mack goes for the deke, and Jungle's on his way one-on-one. Could have called it one way or the other here. Jungle collides in with Marr. Takes Marr totally out of the play. And you or I could have scored that goal.
Now, where does the responsibility lie? And I'm not really asking so much for names, but you've got two defenders back. Who is supposed to see Segota on that side? The last forward to come back, the midfielder?
Well, the most dangerous man is the man with the ball, and that was Jungle. Mack was somewhat beat on the play, so Kevin just come over to help out McKenzie. And as he did that, both players collapsed on Jungle, and the ball comes free over to Segota.
On the right, Clamillo open in the overlap. Papaleo save, and he comes up again with that one. Long throw upfield, great play. It goes on a play. That's a commercial break. 3-1. San Diego leading it. You're watching Pitt 42 give Segota a couple of goals on the night. Papaleo kicking it upfield. Child taken down as he and Crow went up for the header. That's the same kind of a play where Erhard Kapp was injured in Chicago. These guys have no fear in going up. Hagen on the right. He's got the lone spirit goal. In the corner. Plays it. Tries to give and go with Sock broken up. Here comes some numbers. San Diego opens it up. Clamillo from Caleb Surrey. Mark catching up to him. Off the boards. It goes wide of everybody. San Diego, Denny, might start to open it up a little bit more with that 2-goal lead. They might try to go with that killer instinct.
Well, I agree with you there. And, you know, they're just so quick coming out of their own defensive third.
And look at that line they've got. That's Perez, Surrey, and Chacha Namdar. That's not the kind of line that you would think would spark fear in teams around this league. But these guys can play. Here's Hermes on the intercept. That's going to cause somebody to be open. His shot, though, is blocked by O'Hara. Very poor shot selection. Perez is upset. He was wide open.
Well, they had a 3-on-2, and they should have had a better opportunity to strike on goal there.
O'Hara had that shot completely closed down. Kevin Crow with the long ball for Perez, who's a good player indoors and out. Wilrich was open. He gives it up unselfishly. Perez shot it wide. Wilrich can't head it home. San Diego hasn't had a lot of luck in some of these cases. Hagen and Willrich push along the boards. Hagen wins it back for Child. No fouls in this quarter, which continues in MISL standard. Called fouls in the first quarter and the second, cut them down in the third. And unless it's an unusual game, almost don't call anything in the latter stages. Child now to Hagen. Hagen getting it into the corner for Paul Child, who's on with Kapka. Ball touched into the box, but played right back by Hermes to Gorsuch. Long throw, and he almost hit a player going to the bench. Ladisher, wide open throw, shot it off the board.
That was an unbelievable play there because they were changing on the fly.
But Gorsuch was passing it to the guy going to the bench. That was a long pass, and Ladisher walked onto it. You could see the way Gorsuch was throwing. He was going to that first guy who had his back to him. It bounced off the boards, and there was Ladisher. This is Kapka. First foul of the quarter. And the referees in the stands don't agree. Paul Child running to the Spirit bench for a change. Sibbies is now on. Terlecki with it. With Ladisher on him. Now to O'Hara. Up for Sibbies. It's broken up. Kapka blasting it off the board. San Diego with Jungle. Moving it up. Sibbies will get it back for O'Hara. John O'Hara looking very agile tonight, I think, Denny, for having missed the last 5 games. Bringing it free. Right wing, Cap wide open. Now the defense shifts. Left-footed shot missing. Rebound. Kapka couldn't get it because Crow was there. Earhart hustling. Broken up on a tackle. Hermes will get it. Cap battling. Now it comes upfield. If Willrich got that ball, Jungle would have been wide open. Now it happens off a deflection. Jungle, it's 3-on-1. Ladisher trailing, gets Papaleo out, saved Cap. Rebound cleared out by Terlecki, and Earhart Cap may have saved the game to this point. That would have been 4-1. Hermes to Willrich. O'Hara on him. Pittsburgh very, very lax in the offensive end, and it almost killed him in the defensive end.
Well, what they did, they committed their defender in, and they gave the ball away. The ball just rebounds over to Jungle, and they had a 2-on-1 break.
That doesn't happen by luck, though. That's design. On the right side, Segota trying it. But Terlecki will get it. I mean, you got to get some luck with the bounce, but they had their guy where they wanted him. Segota, they kind of sucked Pittsburgh in, too. Namdar, a wicked shot blocked by O'Hara. Jungle to the far boards. Namdar and O'Hara battling. Blocked. Terlecki will get it. Wherever Stan has gone tonight, he's had 1 or 2 players around him, and he has not been effective. Jungle cutting it to the left. The crowd really has the killer instinct more than San Diego. Jungle, nice back heel. Namdar, the shot through a screen, just missed. Jungle just missed the rebound. He'll get another crack. To Clavio, and he missed. He hit the goalpost. Well, that one is shot into the crowd. San Diego is Pittsburgh's best friend right now. 3-1. San Diego, you're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer.
Guess what I heard my babysitter telling her boyfriend? What? How quarter pounders are made. How? They're fried. But she said Burger King has a quarter pound double burger.
His job here just to recover. Papaleo comes out to confront Jungle. Jungle thinks he has an open net. Just tries to pass it in. Earhart, that's typical what you do as a defender. You got to come out and support your keeper.
It's a good save. Do you think Jungle relaxed on it?
Well, I thought he had the goal. You know, I think he thought he had the goal anyway, and
so you answered me yes.
I answered you yes. Yeah.
Paul Child in his own zone. One problem tonight, Denny, with Pittsburgh, no rebounds tonight. They get that one shot and that's it. Child will run it up the field. I want to get your comment on that if we can. On the right side, McKenzie will hold on to it. Is it the shot selection? Is it the way they're passing the ball, or something San Diego is doing? It's only really one shot on goal.
Well, that's basically their game. You know, they're just such a talented team that their passing is so accurate that they pass over to the open man and he gets the first crack at net, and most of their shots are on goal.
How about Pittsburgh, I'm saying, though? Pittsburgh's only getting that one crack at goal, it seems. Is it because their shot selection is not good, or is San Diego doing some stuff to it?
Well, I think San Diego is defending them very, very well. You know, Pittsburgh's defenders aren't coming out of the back as much as San Diego's are.
Forcing some bad shots, perhaps.
Exactly.
Hagen shooting it from a difficult angle, almost beat Gorsuch. Marr holding it, shooting it, just missing. Zock's got to come in. He does, but he toes it far side. Hagen after it, blasted way out. I thought so. That's 2 minutes. Katakalitis had no chance. If that was an open roof and there was any wind, that was out of here. That'll give Pittsburgh, Denny, their first power play. They're 18 of 64. They wish they were 26 of 63. They're 11th in the league, and if ever they needed a power play spark, they need it now, and John Kowalski's putting Liverich out there, probably to play the left corner where Marcel Latham normally would.
Well, you know, exactly what we're talking about. San Diego was really taking control in this third quarter, but Pittsburgh's still only 3-1 down. It's a good opportunity for them to come back, at least get some credibility back and some respect back into San Diego, because San Diego is really taking it to them in this third quarter. And as I predicted, I thought Mark Liverich is out on that left point now, and he's got that thunderous left foot.
So it's Liverich with Child and Civvies, Hagen and Terlecki at the points. You sacrifice a little defense here with the point men, but they need a goal. They need some offense. Terlecki with a chance. Right side, Hagen, a shot. Blocked by Gorsuch. Rebound, Child. Right in front, nobody there, and it's cleared out. Penalty on Katakalitis for delay of game is at 10:32. Liverich on the left wing. Brings it up. You'd like to see Liverich be able to uncork one with his left foot. He's got a wicked shot, one of the hardest left foot shots in the league. Somewhere on the par with Granitza with that left foot. Here's a Hagen drive, and that's wasted. Look at the crowd, Denny. They're saying 2 minutes. Now, that's obviously ridiculous. I mean, you don't do that on purpose.
Well, it's a big difference when you're shooting on goal and as you're a defender. I think what happened on the last one is that defensively he panicked a little bit and just sent the ball up and about the upper deck.
I thought that was funny. People getting up for 2 minutes. Either they're very sarcastic or they're very uneducated, one of the two, because
sarcastic.
you'd never call it. Yeah, I'll say sarcastic in case anybody gets a copy of this tape from San Diego, because they are a knowledgeable crowd. They've watched soccer for a long time, and they're used to seeing wins. Gorsuch with a long throw upfield. Look at Jungle along the boards. He works hard. I thought he threw a foul, and so did everybody in the seats. Liverich rolling it right for Hagen with the only goal for Pittsburgh. They trail 3-1. Plenty of time left. 3:38, and that's only in the third quarter. They're on the power play. Terlecki towing it. Hagen, quick one in front. Score, Child! Great pass from Hagen, who looked like he was going to shoot, and they made it look easy. 3-2. Pittsburgh needs one more to tie.
And Pittsburgh's back in the game.
You can see with the look on Paul Child's face, they are back.
I really think Hagen was trying to shoot here. I think he was going for the far post, and Paul Child just happened to be right there.
I thought it was a pass. Let's see.
Well, Terlecki just plays the ball over. Hagen hits the first time. He wasn't that far from the far post. Child just stayed home.
I can't tell from that angle. But I'll tell you what, we will ask him after the game, just for our own sake, our own curiosity. Paul Child will get his 4th power play goal of the year and his 22nd overall, and he couldn't have picked a better time. Whether Hagen was shooting or passing, regardless, it turns out to be a big plus for the Pittsburgh Spirit. They trail now 3-2. Let's see if that goal can turn the tide, Denny, because your point is well taken. San Diego was taking control. Papaleo to O'Hara. 3-2. Pittsburgh down by a goal. This is the kind of game, granted it's on late at night, but I don't think you're yawning at home. This is the kind of game that can keep you up. Papaleo with it. What time is it anyway back in Pittsburgh? 1 a.m.? Stalchik on the right side. O'Hara. Johnny holding on to it. Crossfield pass picked off by Willis, and that goes into the stands. It is going to be Pittsburgh's ball. That was dangerous.
I think really if Pittsburgh has to do anything for the remainder of the third and the whole fourth quarter, there's 2 people that are really taking charge in this game. Not so much Jungle. Bronco Segota and Gene Willich. People we talked about earlier in the broadcast.
Jungle has had some chances. He's actually missed on some beauties. Stalchik looking for it, but it's rolled back to Gorsuch. Long throw. Wilrich. Cap had fallen down. Wilrich cutting to the inside. Papaleo, great play. It's loose in the box. Cap blocked it. The crowd thinks he hit it with his hand, and that was mighty close. He might have. Katakalitis taken down in the penalty arc. They're going to call it 2 minutes. Wow.
I'll tell you what, anything that I thought there, I thought it was Gene Wilrich that might have set a pick that allowed the foul to be drawn.
Well, we're going to see it, Denny, and you can get a chance to comment. What a great fake, though, as he came to the outside.
Well, O'Hara thought he was shooting. Now you see another question, much like the goal was scored before by Segota. Cap does a nice job. You can't call that a penalty kick. He's falling down.
That's the only reason that's not called, correct?
Exactly. The rule is it's got to be intentionally handling the ball.
And he certainly didn't do it there, but I thought it hit his hand, and it did. Tough break for Pittsburgh there. Now they are shorthanded. Shorthanded-wise, they are 7th in the MISL, 70.7%. There's John Kowalski with a look on his face. He looks like he's aged this game. I know it's been a long season, but John's really into a great matchup with Ron Newman. They've had a lot of them this year. Power play for San Diego, second best in the league, 41.3%. Jungle, 8 power play goals. Woolrich, 6, Perez, 5. Jungle blasting it, deflected out of play by Hagen.
I don't know about that play by Jungle there. He just tries to drive the ball through. He's got great players out there with Woolrich and Segota and Perez.
That cap penalty, by the way, is for tripping. Here's a shot played in, but it's wide. San Diego back with it. Jungle in the box. Ladiseur plays it out. Marr blocks. Loose ball, and Perez gives Pittsburgh a gift as he shot it upstairs. It is Pittsburgh's ball. What Pittsburgh does defensively, they use O'Hara, McKenzie, Marr, and they're using Hagen, which is normally Earhart Cap's role, or maybe they'd put out Topolsky, but John Kowalski normally subs Hagen for Marr, so a little change in strategy there, Denny.
It is a little bit of change. Kowalski likes to play the diamond. He likes to play Marr as the up person on this diamond system. Marr's the only player in the last 2 years that can score a shorthanded goal for the Spirit. He got 1 last year, and he's already got 2 this year.
Pittsburgh would love to see him get another one here. Hagen looking for it, doing a nice job of killing some time, but then he loses. To Ladiseur on the run. Jungle back for Woolrich. Just overran the ball to get it back. A wicked shot off the crossbar. Loose ball. O'Hara kicked it and it goes in. That's unlucky for Pittsburgh. Higher play goal. A great Woolrich shot. Perez will get the goal. O'Hara tried to kick it out. It looked like Denny, and it hit off the goal post, far post, and went in.
Well, I thought it was already in when O'Hara finally hit it. Watch the shot by Woolrich here. Just turned and blasted. Papaleo kind of caught him unexpectedly. Hit off the top of the glass and came back. Papaleo doesn't know where it is. I think the ball already crossed the line.
You're right. O'Hara in vain tried to kick it out. You're right. From this angle, that entire ball did cross the line. So at 13-14, they get the power play back. And that will give San Diego a 4-2 lead. Woolrich getting the assist. The key to it was the great Woolrich shot, but Papaleo did not see where it went.
Well, I don't think he was expecting the shot from that far out. Woolrich just blasted it, and it hit the top of the glass and came back. I think it looked like to me it hit Papaleo on the back, went to the far post, and never knew where it was when Perez came in and just tucked it in.
I don't know what's going on out here. No one called a timeout, but Pittsburgh didn't bring their players out. Ron Newman saying, give him a couple of minutes. Give him 2. I thought maybe they called a timeout. All of a sudden, San Diego was lined up out there, and no one was out for Pittsburgh.
I think what it was, Kowalski was waiting to see who San Diego was going to put out, and then Kowalski was going to put on another line to try to mark against them a little bit better.
But that was a long wait.
That was a long time.
Adam Topolsky on the right. Still anyone's game, but Pittsburgh must not let San Diego get that momentum back. That's a power play goal, so they exchanged them. Perez from Woolrich. Look at that elbow in the end from Crow. Are they not going to call it? Yes. Marty Templin from the opposite side, but he's taking them both.
Taking them both off. Well, I don't know about that call there, because I don't think Zeke Capper really did anything. And I just seen the elbow just come up. So judge for yourself at home.
I think he only saw the end, but let's see.
You're seeing Cap come in hard there, so maybe retaliating there. It looks like Z might have come in a little bit hard on Crow. Crow just goes back with that right arm up into Z's face.
That should be a card. That's an elbow more than anything.
And they're both going to get a 2-minute penalty here.
The ironic part about that, Denny, Marty Templin makes the call from the opposite side of the field, not the official who's down to the near side, and it happened just a few feet in front of him, which surprised me. They will each get unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. This has been a great game to watch. I tell you, it's too bad it couldn't have been on earlier, because I think more people in Pittsburgh could have seen it. Hopefully it'll be an equally great game Wednesday night in St. Louis. We'll be bringing that to you at 8:30. That's Pittsburgh time, so it'll be a little bit easier for you at home to watch it. But if you stayed up for the start of this, I don't think you're going to turn it off now.
Well, you're going to see best on best here. You're going to see there's a lot more room out here now with taking away one play. You're going to see Chalecki be able to do his thing. He's so quick, so skillful. But then on the other hand, you got Woolrich, Segota, and Jungle, and it's going to be very difficult to mark up those 3.
You see this more in hockey, Denny, than you see it in soccer. And I always, when I did hockey, I love to see it because there's a lot of space that's open. You can do a lot more. And if you're not careful, you can get burnt badly as well. Topolsky leading it for Chalecki. You like to have players like Stan out there that can play with a lot more room. Stan marked by Jungle. What a matchup that is. Over on the left side to Topolsky. Adam holding it. wants McKenzie to go up, and Mack will take it.
Pittsburgh has to be very, very careful here of San Diego's quickness coming out of the back because they counter so quickly.
Look what San Diego has for a foursome. Ostalchik left. You've got Segota, Jungle, and Wilrich. Here's the Topolsky shot wide. Hits up high. Wilrich heading it, and it goes out of play. And look at that firepower with only 4 men out there, Denny. Really, Ron Newman has 1 defender. At least Pittsburgh has 2, so he's gambling with some offense.
Well, he's
with
going
a
for
2-goal
broke
lead.
here.
Yeah, he's got a 2-goal lead. McKenzie with it. Out to Topolsky. But Newman is that kind of a coach. He's not afraid to take gambles like that. Ostalchik with it. Right side off the boards. Galecki for McKenzie, who scores! Great play, Dave McKenzie brings Pittsburgh within 1, and the clock tells you how important that goal is. 32 seconds are left. Mack never hesitated.
Well, as much as the fans back home may think that San Diego is outplaying Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh's just staying in the game. Ostalchik does a good job here on Wilrich just to beat him. I don't think Trelecky exactly tried to play the ball to him. It kind of screened off Jungle there for Mack to come in, and I don't think Gorsuch ever saw the ball. He was totally screened on the shot.
Well, Stan was the last guy to touch it. He's going to get the assist, not Greg on that. Time of the goal, 14-28. Players will stay in the penalty box. That was not a power play goal. Remember, it's 4-on-4. 39 seconds left on those penalties. There's a shot by Kanakalitis, and luckily that went wide. Pittsburgh does not want to give one back. Topolsky leading it up for Trelecky. 13 seconds left, 1-on-1. Stan trying to cut inside. Great defense, Kanakalitis. Topolsky with it with 8 seconds and a quarter. Shot went wide. Headed back to Gorsuch. 4 seconds left. We're going to go into the 4th quarter within a goal. That's it. The horn sounds an exciting 3rd quarter of play, and at the end of 3. San Diego 4.
Deceptive move on McKenzie. They initially caught him to get by McKenzie, and that's their goal.
You're looking live right there at the Pittsburgh Spirit bench. They've got to be encouraged because they're only down by 1 at 4-3. When Segota scored that goal, it gave San Diego some breathing room. But then Pittsburgh got a power play, and Paul Child was able to score a goal from Dave Hagen. Denny, you thought that Hagen was shooting it. I thought he was passing it. But either way, Pittsburgh came back.
Well, we talked about San Diego totally outplaying Pittsburgh up until then. The ball just comes out to Hagen, hits the ball. Paul Child's just staying home on the far post and just tucks it in. But again, it was San Diego totally dominating Pittsburgh in that 3rd quarter. They needed a pick-me-up goal, and that's the one they got to bring it within 3-2.
You know how many shots they had in the 3rd quarter? 19 shots for San Diego in that quarter, compared to 3 for Pittsburgh. And here's the next goal, Denny.
Well, it's a goal here by Perez from Wilrich. Jungle does a great job just to push the ball back. There's the little step over by Wilrich. Caught Papaleo totally off surprise here, and Perez just, Papaleo just never really even saw the ball.
And we're live now. It's 4-3. San Diego leading over Pittsburgh. And the next game, I think, Denny, has to be important because, if San Diego gets it, how many times can Pittsburgh keep coming back and coming back? On the other hand, if Pittsburgh gets it, they're in a tie situation. You got to like their chances. Our goal-getter in the 4th quarter is going to be James Kunkel, who has chosen Paul Child, and hopefully they didn't choose Paul a quarter late. John O'Hara with it. Kathy O'Loughlin, that chose Zeke captain the last quarter, she'll receive consolation prizes from Armor Meats and Tropicana Juices. If Paul Child scores a goal, this is $400 in Giant Eagle Groceries. Shot taken, makes the save on that is making the save is Gorsuch. Loose ball in the box. Tap, upended, throw. We'll get it and move it out. Up the field, O'Hara back with Wilrich on him. And it's played back to Papaleo. I should point out now, Denny, that it's 5 aside as that ball is knocked into the Spirit bench. Before, it was 4 each. And I guess the crowd wants anything that's kicked into the stands 2 minutes. And that last goal for McKenzie, we gave the assist to Trelecky. They had it as Ostalchik, but we never changed it here. Stan obviously touched it and should have gotten credit for the assist on McKenzie's goal.
So you're going to see the goal here by Ostalchik. It hits the ball off the boards. You're going to see Trelecky just touch it, lays it off for McKenzie, who left puts the ball in the upper right-hand corner. But it's been Pittsburgh in the past that has always given up critical goals towards the end of a quarter, the end of a half, or after scoring a big goal. Tonight, when they're down, they come back towards the end of the 3rd quarter. They got one, and earlier in the 2nd quarter, they got another one.
Surprise you a little? McKenzie with his left foot normally uses that right a lot.
Well, I think most players have a dominant foot. Mack is pretty confident in his left as well as his right.
Segota, who's confident with any part of his body the way he plays this game. Over on the left side, Namdar. Blocked by Kapka. I think Pittsburgh, Denny, defensively has to be strong this quarter. You don't want to give up any more to San Diego. You got to catch up to them. and then try to go ahead as Ostalchik is broken up by Segota. Look at Bronco working to come back. Trying to run by, but Terlecki takes it.
And San Diego still got the numbers. They had still 4 defensive players on 3 for Pittsburgh.
Look at this. Speed of Segota. Off the boards. Nobody trailing it, luckily for Pittsburgh. Ostalchik in some trouble. Plays it back to Earhart Cap. Cap over on the right side to John O'Hara. San Diego 4. Pittsburgh 3. 13-10 to go in the game. Terlecki has not been a factor. He got that last assist.
At least a strike on goal.
That was it. The Childs shot just missed. Paul has 1 goal tonight. Liverich trying to come in. Broken up. Liverich on the line with Hagen and Child. That makes Hagen a midfielder. Nobody is playing the left winger wide open on the opposite side as the ball bounces to Papaleo. And that was Caleb Surrey. And I'll tell you what, Pittsburgh took a little nap there, and they can't afford it. This is the 4th quarter. They're down by 1. Had that ball been played there, Denny, that's a clean breakaway from the midfield on in. They can't.
Well, as a defender, you got to be able to track down players. You got to be able to know where the offensive players are all the time. You can't just ball watch and have 2 or 3 defenders just go to one man with the ball.
That's what happened. They had 3 Spirit players on the strong side, nobody on the weak side. And San Diego loves to send a guy just like Los Angeles on the weak side, and they hope he's wide open. There he was. McKenzie will tow it right side. Wilrich on the interception. Marr hustling back. Look at that work rate. And he takes the ball. Great effort from Kevin Marr, who wants a foul, but he is not going to get one. But a great effort from Kevin to come from behind like that. Liverich on the right side. He and Jungle crash. Jungle wins it. He's taken down. I hope that's just a foul.
Well, it's just a foul. I think it could have been 2.
Yep.
I think Mark Liverich is a little bit upset with himself here because he had a chance to win the ball, but there shows you the strength of Jungle. Just gets by him, and he just reached in with his left leg, and I think he could have called it. Gave us the Spirit a little bit of a break there.
Yeah, that, on the replay, it even showed it even more. That looked like 2. Jungle with it. That would have been a tough time to get a call against Pittsburgh. 4-3, Spirit down by 1. They can get that tying goal. Liverich now he's going to get 2. I think that was,
but then again,
a carryover from the last one, though.
Well, but then again, it wasn't Templin that called the goal. It's the referee all the way on the other side.
And as Liverich sits it out, let's take a look at this as I don't know.
Well, I think the first one.
Omar, a 1-goal lead. San Diego, but they have a power play with Liverich off. Lattiser in the box. It's deflected a couple of times. Papaleo looking. He's got it. That should be a dangerous play, Denny.
Well, they're going to call it there, and the referees are coming. Nothing happened. Perez was just going for the ball, and it is a dangerous play. But San Diego's going with their big guns right here. You didn't get an opportunity to see it here. Cap's just leaving the ball for Papaleo because there's no better place than your goalkeeper's hands with the ball to play safe, and Perez was just doing his job.
Remember, San Diego 1 for 1 on the power play. Liverich off for tripping at 3:05. Segota to the far side for Jungle. Off the boards, they want Perez. Made a nice move to get that off the boards, but Marr is there, and he clears it out. Great move by Kevin. Can he get this ball? Yes. Pushing it further. That eats up about 10 seconds on his own, and it'll take them even longer to work it back up the field. So a nice effort from Kevin Marr. From behind, he'll win that ball. Here he comes with help from McKenzie. Cap joining. Kevin Marr with 2 short-handed goals to Earhart. Cap off the boards. It's coming up, but Lattiser heads it to the corner. San Diego will get control of it. Some smart play by Pittsburgh short-handed. Here's another play. O'Hara. Oh, he wanted some help there. He wanted somebody to break open.
Well, you got to be sure it's there first.
That's why he held on to the ball. And he made the safe play when no one was there. Wilrich into the attack zone. 42 seconds left in the power play, which I still think that penalty was a carryover on the first call that they just gave a foul on Liverich, plus the crowd helped to call it. Lattiser in the corner to Jungle. Handball.
Going to call it.
Yep. Late, but yes, they're going to call it.
Well, you've seen Jungle trying to play the ball over to Segota there. And O'Hara just reaches out. You can see it. Just reaches out with his left hand.
That's the way I play. I forget. You can't use your hands there. It comes out to Segota. Look at that one. Great save and then a score. No luck at all for Pittsburgh. Joe Papaleo screened all the way, Denny. Made a brilliant save, and there was the ball, and there was Perez.
Well, you can't fault Papaleo on that one because he did his job. He made the great save. The ball just rebounds back to Perez.
4:38 the time. There's the save. There's the goal. Perez.
Well, he buried that one in the back, and now you make sure of that one.
Yeah, he was not going to miss that because he hesitated. So Perez will get a power play goal from Bronco Segota, who 11 times this year 10 times, I'm sorry, I'm going ahead. Maybe 11 after tonight. 10 times he's been the offensive star of the game.
That's not going to hurt their power play average either because they come into the game second in the league.
And they're 2 for 2. San Diego with the ball. Let's see what that goal does for both teams. Terlecki with it. Pittsburgh would like to equalize it back. Stand back heels for McKenzie. Tries to work it in. Can't do it. 5-3 San Diego. An exciting game from start, and it's still not finished. Ball played up the right side. Again wide open. Jungle on the left wing, but McKenzie. Great effort to win that ball from Caleb Surrey. For some reason tonight, Pittsburgh has not been awake to players running free on that weak side, and it's been mostly San Diego not seeing the player that has caused the breakdown rather than Pittsburgh defending.
Well, this is a different San Diego team that we saw on a tape of Cleveland and San Diego.
A little more offensive-minded?
Well, I think they got to play a little bit harder without Dana playing and Brian Quinn. And the younger guys have really come a long way.
That's a good point. Here's Terlecki, and he scores! Well, you can have a bad game or an ineffective game, and I wanted to bring this point up before. Stan could score with 30 seconds left and win a game, and that's a big goal that he gets. Very big goal. How big? We'll tell you after the next 9:17.
Well, Stan's been pretty non-effective the whole game today. They marked him very, very well. Here you see the quickness, brings the ball with his left. Terlecki's one of the few players who's just as active with his left foot as well as his right.
Not a hard shot, Den, but he had something on it. At 5:43, he'll get the goal. He hasn't scored, has he, in a few games? Didn't score against L.A., Baltimore, that's 2. Wichita. I think that's his first goal in at least 4 games.
Well, the Spirit has still been able to stick in there.
Look at him move now. Stand into the attack zone. That should have been a foul, and it is for holding. Stan's been tightly marked the entire game, but if he can get free for one shot, it can go in, and that's what happened. But he worked hard to make it happen. Here's Stan on the free kick. Knocks it in. Give and go. Great play, and he hit the post. What a ball from Sibbies.
Well, it was a great ball by Terlecki just to bend the ball around that little wall they had set up into Sibbies to play in one touch, and he hit the post.
Look at Pittsburgh winning it back defensively. Kapka from O'Hara off the boards. San Diego will get it. Here they come. Jungo, right side to Ladiseur. Sapolsky now on. Foul.
Well, I don't know about that call there.
Adam doesn't know about that one either. He doesn't agree. Let's see it again.
You know, judge for yourself at home. Sapolsky does a great job just to cut him off with the ball, and that's all part of the game there.
Well, I think if the referee had this seat up here, he would have let that go. But they're down on the field and get a different angle. Willrich on the free kick. 8:43 to go. 5-4. Pittsburgh within 1. It has been an exciting game. Maybe the most exciting balanced game, Denny, all year on TV. On TV, Pittsburgh has not looked that good this year.
Exciting and intense.
Kapka for Terlecki. Stan. You can see that move is coming. In for Sibbies. Right back. Kapka. Score! It's tied at 5. Unselfish play by the Polish connection. I thought Sibbies was going to bury it, but he found Z, and Z did. That's his second goal of the season, and he picked a great time to deposit it.
Well, they're showing you some little bit of the Polish magic. Terlecki just lays the ball into Sibbies. One touch. Gorsuch comes out to cut down the angle. Kapka didn't have much of an angle to shoot right there either, but he was very, very confident. Inside of the foot, just passes it in the back of the net. Tied up at 5. As much as San Diego has had the better of the play, the Spirit have just come back and have just ground their way back into this game at 5-5. It's a new ball game now. Let's see if this picks up the momentum here for the Pittsburgh Spirit.
Well, I'll tell you, he doesn't get an assist, but Terlecki really set it up. He's starting to move. He's starting to get free. Now the ball played in the box. Segota blasted wide. If that hit somebody, there might have been an injury. Child, that should have been not a penalty. Not even a foul.
They called
yeah. Now I see it. Kapka's second of the year from Sibbies, but I'll tell you what, right before that, Terlecki made a great ball. Here's the foul.
Well, you see Child in front of him, and the arm just go out and just push Paul Child down.
Well, Kapka had scored a goal, but it doesn't mean anything for groceries because he was picked in the 3rd quarter. But it's 5-5. What a game.
Well, the Spirit realized the importance of this road trip. They need a bunch of wins in this game, and well, this road trip anyway, and they're just really gutting it out here.
This could be a great confidence game, Denny, for Monday night in Los Angeles. Kevin Marr knocking it up the other way. They are in a game, 5-5. Gene Willrich with it. One of the keys to this game, I think, is going to be the way John Kowalski uses the people he's got out there. Who's going to play? Perez with it, near side. Hagen banging it off. Foul. I mean, it's obvious that the Polish
giving him 2.
Oh, I just saw that now. That's a late call. Papaleo's furious. So is Paul Child.
Now, Papaleo.
That's late.
Papaleo's pretty mild-mannered. He's just really upset about the whole thing.
No, that's a late call. And I mean really late. Let's watch it.
Well, Hogan just comes in here and just tries to, what you try to do is try to tag team somebody along the board to win back the possession of the board. At best, a foul.
At best is right. But that's a late one. You hate to see games decided like this. I was about to say before, Denny, penalties could be a key, obviously, but I think the way John Kowalski uses his bench, obviously the Polish line is hot. How much does Liverich play? Do you use Topolsky more or less? Is O'Hara okay? Do you still forget about the matchups? Do you bring in somebody else that's fresh? Is somebody tired? I think that could be a key, other than, of course, something like this, a power play.
Well, we talked about it before. You just forget about matchups now, and the Spirit just got to suck it up right here and just defend very, very well. They're going to go back to the diamond. They're going to go with 4 defenders, and Marr, Cap, O'Hara, and McKenzie.
I don't agree with the call, but I do think this is a turning point in the game either way.
Well, you only got 7 minutes and 25 seconds left. They're going to take 2 minutes off it right here. It's a big boost for the Spirit if they can kill off this penalty.
Woolrich to Ladouceur. Shot high and wide. Knocked down into the corner. Perez holding it. Out to Woolrich. 5-5 tie. 7-10 to play. Late night soccer from the West Coast. Pittsburgh and San Diego. Jungle lifting at far post. Bad pass. Segota. Got to be considered right now as one of the offensive stars of the game. Jungle. In a corner. Ladouceur off the board. Save. Papaleo. Rebound. Save again. Joe with a great reflex save. Joe's played well. Forget those 5 goals. You're not going to fault him. Marr on the right. Good run. Woolrich shouldering him and knocks him down. O'Hara blasts one, but it's wide of Gorsuch. Pittsburgh laying back. They don't want to put too many players up there. 58 seconds left in the power play. Perez into the attack zone. Segota free on the right. Bronco, great cut, shot score. Great cut. 3 power play goals for San Diego. And this one, Denny, could end in controversy because I still don't agree with the penalty. Like you called it, a foul at best, but here's the goal.
Well, Perez just gives the ball over to Segota. There's not very many players that I'd rather see with that ball. All he does, he just cuts the ball back with his right foot. I think Earhart Cap thought he was going to hit the ball first time. Goes for the shot. Segota just brings the ball back to his left and just slides it in on the far post.
That's 3 power play goals. And if you were not going to give Segota the Offensive Player of the Game award, you should start thinking about it now because that's 3 goals for him and 1 assist that I have unofficially.
Well, he's been a key to this game along with Woolrich. And another player for San Diego who's played well has been Hugo Perez.
Foul called on San Diego. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to even it up, the officials, and give San Diego a penalty somewhere. Sibby's lifting it. Nobody getting it. Now McKenzie plays it for Topolsky. What a shot. But it was right at Gorsuch, unfortunately. Long throw for Jungle. They go for the home run. Papaleo's going to win it. Surrey, save. McKenzie saved the goal and keeps Pittsburgh in the game. 5:52 to go. That was a game saver. Terlecki up the right side. They're giving Stan too much room now. Sibby's, Kapka, and Crow will head it down. Upfield, Caleb Surrey. For Jungle, good read. Topolsky saw that one coming. Surrey didn't get enough on it. Did that hit Adam?
I think went out of play.
Just hit off the dasher board up high and maybe hit some of that equipment over there.
Well, the Spirit defenders have done well when Papaleo's come out to cut down the angle there just to go back in. And I think they've saved, I don't know, I can count at least 3 times to save balls off the line.
Clavillo to Kevin Crow. Tell you what, San Diego was marking Terlecki so tight tonight. Now they're not. It's given Stan some room, and he's made it happen. Spirit down by 1, 6-5, 5:20 to go. That could have been a turning point. Perez, what a shot. Deceptive. I don't think anyone expected him to shoot it. I didn't.
Well, the quality of a good forward is to be able to get that shot off so quick.
He disguised it well. Namdar.
He's got great skill.
Heading it up for Perez. Marked up by John O'Hara. For Namdar, blocked. Sibby's will win it well, coming back. Ian works hard, both ends of the field. Smallest guy out there, but I think his heart can't even be measured. John O'Hara up the middle for Terlecki. Now Crow coming out after him, double teaming Terlecki. Stan holding it. Topolsky makes a run wide right side. Stan holding it, throws it for Sibby's about to give and go. He didn't take it down, no foul. Sapolsky winning it, but losing now to Ladiseur. Clavio open on the right, twisting it down. San Diego Sports Arena. I'm John Paul Della Camera along with Denny Colma. It's too early to think about it, but it's 6-5, Pittsburgh down by a goal, and you could see at some stage, Denny, a sixth attacker.
Well, I think Kowalski likes to do it about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game, so we'll put the sixth attacker in.
I'm sure at least the team is thinking about it if it does come down to that. Papaleo, long one. Is it going three? Liverich made sure it didn't. That was headed for that. Headed out of play by San Diego. It is Pittsburgh's ball. A gallant effort tonight for Pittsburgh, but they're hoping that one of these days, and maybe tonight, that gallant effort pays off. They played well against Baltimore, but still lost. And those losses tend to carry over.
Well, we talked about how well Pittsburgh does play against San Diego, and they did have a great effort tonight.
Child, Liverich blocking it. Who did it hit last? Hit up San Diego. So Mark Liverich will have a chance here. Say what is it? San Diego has 3 power play goals, is that right?
Yeah, it's 3.
And 1 for Pittsburgh. You don't see 4 power plays in a game all that often. You don't see that many penalties these days because of the 6 fouls. Cap in the box for Child. Back for Earhart. It's blocked. Loose ball, but nobody there at the far post. And Gorsuch has it.
Now, right there, Paul Child's got to give Earhart a better ball so he can just come in and hit it over his left.
Jungo's going to get by McKenzie. Great job to hold him, and then up in him. That's 2.
Mac knows that one.
Yeah. I think he just figured no sense letting him walk in alone. He did a great job of holding him, but even here, look at that. He's holding him, but still, Jungo's showing his strength. No one gives Jungo any credit for the strength. He's got speed, he's got a great foot, but he's a strong player.
Well, if you talk to most people, you see him play, you think he's a cherry picker, but if you ask any Spirit defender that had a chance to mark him, they tell you how hard he really works. One of the great qualities of a great forward, as Jungo is that ability to get your body in front of the defender as you're running towards goal. The only other alternative that the defender has is to foul you, to take you down. And Jungo did it there, and Mac had, really no alternative but maybe to take him down there. And 2 minutes opportunity here for the San Diego Sox.
2 for Tripping. Great shot and a goal. Segota. Denny, that's his 4th of the game. 6th hat trick this season. And I cast my ballot now no matter what happens. He's the offensive player of the game.
There's no question about that. Just a great player.
What happens, though? This is a set play.
Well, what happens there, the Spirit got to make a decision to go with a 1 or a 2-man wall. Papaleo decides which one he had. So right there he had Marr defending 10 feet away, and you really don't know if Papaleo maybe wasn't ready, if he was screened, or just a great shot by Segota there. Most times on that opportunity, you try to lay the ball off for a shot.
And at 11:14, that goal is scored by Segota. That's unassisted right off the set play. Stevie Buttle on for his first shift of the night. We may see the 6th attacker sooner than we thought, or we may not see him at all, depending on whether the score goes. That's 4 power play goals, Denny. That's incredible. What that does is Pittsburgh, I was saying to you before off air, they've gone down a little bit on their penalty killing. They're now, 7th in the league. 4 for 4 for San Diego tonight. That'll drop Pittsburgh in that department.
Well, you're going to see a little bit of ball possession here, maybe a little 4 corners by San Diego. It's 7-5. Spirit can't call a timeout or substitute their 6th attacker until they get possession of the ball.
Pittsburgh with Sapolsky looking for Stevie Buttle. Broken up. On the right side. Sibby's, and somewhere there's a card. I didn't see that. On Stevie Buttle, is it?
Stevie Buttle, I missed it. Marty Templin must have saw something.
Off the ball?
Yeah, it was definitely off the ball.
I don't know whether it was something he said or something he did. But Stevie, well, that was a short shift. He just gave an elbow gesture.
He's going to give an unsportsmanlike conduct here.
You know, that last goal at 11:14, Segota on a power play was unassisted. The one before that at 8:37, his 46th of the year from Perez, was on a power play. I don't have the record book in front of me, but I think 5 power play goals in one game would be a record. I would have to think so anyway. 4 might even be a record, although they've not announced it.
Without one being stopped.
Pardon me?
Say without one power play being stopped, 4 in a row. And they're still going with the big guns.
7-5. San Diego leading it. Jungle. Ladisor faking it. Out to Wilrich. Gene Wilrich on the right side to Segota.
They're going to work for the good shot.
Bronco holding it. 10,416 on hand tonight. Watching this one. Wilrich. They've seen a great game, as I think you have at home watching. I don't think anyone's turned off the set.
If the Spirit had any hopes of getting back in this game, they wouldn't be able to pull Papaleo. I think those just went out the window now.
With that penalty. Wilrich shot blocked. I wish we could have seen it, and that's something else we'll find out after the game, what the call was exactly. Jungle plays into the box, O'Hara blocks that. Hugo Perez, Segota, Jungle. Ladisor, great save, Papaleo, and it goes out of play.
Well, I don't know about you, but I think my defensive star of the game, even though 7 goals were scored by the San Diego Soccer, has to go to Joe Papaleo.
I would have to come very close to agreeing with you on that. He's played well. I think they're announcing the attendance. Earhart cap for Dave Hagen, taken down, foul. And now Hagen gets up. 7-5, San Diego leading it. Minute 33 to go. Pittsburgh needs one shorthanded to have a chance at coming back. Hagen to McKenzie. Run it from behind by Perez.
Well, he's looking at Hagen and say, hey, you got to tell me he's on my back.
Oh, yeah, somebody's got to yell that out. But even, I think the way the crowd was yelling, Denny, I don't know if anyone would have even heard it. But you're right. That's where you got to say man on you, fast, because he had no idea. You couldn't hear the footsteps of the crowd the way they were. I think the crowd's been a factor in at least a couple of the penalties that were called. Wilrich, great player. Ladisor, Jungle, quick passing, doesn't work. Ladisor broken up and the ball comes back the other way. You know, if it weren't for these penalties, too, I think John Kowalski would have liked to have used Liverich maybe a little bit more here in the closing minutes. Buttle is now back on. 42 seconds left in the game.
Well, I doubt if they'll pull Papaleo now.
This is Perez, and he's flying. Segota's wide open. He shoots it in. I would have passed that ball to Segota, but I'm up here. Perez made it look easy, right up the middle. 8-5 San Diego, and I don't think right now we're seeing a score, Denny, that is indicative of the game.
No, it's the power play goal that has really killed Pittsburgh tonight. Perez does a great thing. I think everybody in the building's thinking it's going to go over to Jungle. Tap screens Papaleo, and he just places the ball. There's no better place to have the ball than the center of the goal, because you can go left, you can go right. If he slides the ball over to Jungle, Jungle just got to put it on target. Perez, the confidence that he has played a great game. He's a very skillful player. Just gets the ball and slides it in the left-hand corner.
13th goal of the year. It's a hat trick for Perez. Child heading it high into the air. Punched out by Gorsuch. He almost punched Liverich out. Long shot wide. McKenzie at drive. That's why Liverich missing on the header. 14 seconds are left. We'll be breaking for a commercial at the end of the game and then doing a quick recap for you, so stay with us and give you the stars of the game. On the left, Ruotolo to Jungle. 2-second shot. Save Papaleo. He's upset. No reason for him to take a shot like that at the end.
Well, I think he felt that the defender just kind of gave up there towards the end. And San Diego went for the juggler right there. They were going to try to score another goal with even 10 seconds left in the game.
Great game for television. We'll tell you what happened when we come back. San Diego has beaten Pittsburgh 8-5. You're watching Pittsburgh Spirit Soccer.
It's the #1 sale of the year at your Greater Pittsburgh Chevy dealer. Over 5,000 new Chevy cars.